This is the FFR Trading Market Minute. Again, a daily candlestick chart of the S&P 500 or the SPY here. And last week I had thought we might touch that. We did make a new all-time high, but I thought we'd get to that 612 area. But then that DeepSeek news came out of China and we had the big gap down here. And all our downside targets here did get hit on these gap fills. The last one is still open here just slightly. This day right here didn't quite fill this last gap back here. So that is just right where the moving average is, basically. The RSI has closed below the moving average, but this low has not gotten taken out yet. So we just had a Fed announcement. The Fed left interest rates alone, not much guidance. So that has left the markets in a bit of a quandary here. So where are we going from here? Well, sometimes you just kind of need to step back and take a look at the bigger picture. And when I look at the monthly chart here, notice that we've got a series of higher highs in price here, but you see the RSI here is making lower highs. And I think that the buyers are kind of losing steam up here. Now this is a monthly chart. It's like, trying to turn the Titanic. So it may take some time, but I think we may start to round off here before we start to head lower and get some larger kind of corrective action here. Back to the daily chart, I will leave this target to the upside. It's about that 612 area. There is a gap to fill now above the market, but I do think the market is probably going to absorb kind of this move here, that big gap down here, probably go sideways. Again, not a lot of direction from the Fed, but I think overall, maybe the market's kind of losing some steam here, and maybe we get some more pullback. We're still above the moving average here. So things are still more bullish than bearish, but we'll see as the oscillator here, the RSI is below its moving average. As long as it stays below there, then we should see lower prices here. Again, to the downside, there is still that little gap left to fill here. And then, of course, below that, you've got another gap to fill. Those act as like magnets. About 80% of the time, these gaps will fill, right, at some point. All right, so we'll see how this plays out, but expect kind of more sideways action, more choppy action, I should say, maybe in the range. Economic data set for release next week. Monday, we'll start with ISM Manufacturing PMI. Wednesday, we'll get ISM Services PMI. And then Friday, the average hourly earnings report and the big non-farm payrolls. All right, hope that helps. Have a great rest of your trading week, and we'll see you back next week in the FFR Trading Market Minute.